could have a good one here. So I've got a Nissan Juke 2020 plate, and it's come up with some fault codes, more on boost and turbo. We just had this one dragged out of a garage, so this is what I've got. I'm taking it out for a run and I'm going to show you the codes afterwards. But what I'm getting is, this is me driving along. So I've got closed loop, which is on your boost pressure here, boost pressure here, and there's a command for the wastegate, and that tells you where the wastegate is, which is exactly correct. So as I say, if you go along, there's my engine speed, 1500, so we're not really calling turbo, are we? So if we go along, see, it could be a wastegate problem because it's dropping out there, but is it dropping out because of a reason? So let's, right, now watch that closed loop. Closed loop. Right, there's a bit of a command going on here, but and the revs are starting to rev, commanding, but then there's a wastegate command, and for some reason, but there is a boost there, but there's no boost pressure coming. So there's a command for boost because we're accelerating, but no boost pressure. And then what you do is you carry on a little bit more, and then we've got fault. Okay, so boost pressure, I wanted to see some boost pressure because this is commanding we've got something going on, and obviously it's realised there was nothing going on because that is the actual pressure. This here sees, oh my god, shut it down, hopefully. That's a bit weird. That goes up and down as though it's, but is that because of the turbo? I don't know. So what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is smoke test it, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to test that boost pressure sensor afterwards, I think. Right, that's the data. Let me show you the codes. Okay, and these are the fault codes: P226322 and P148E22, turbo function. Now, is that because it's actually shut down? But this is the first one, boost pressure circuit. So as I say, is it because there isn't enough pressure, which we clearly can see there's no pressure being produced? So it could be turbo, could be map sensor, boost sensor, or it could be a split in the pipe. So let's start with the split in the pipe, but I like that word circuit, and I'm thinking it's going to be an electrical fault. But let's not jump to conclusions, and let's do a quick smoke test. But as I say, that's what's on the dashboard. So don't worry about the steering wheel or that one down there, just the engine management light and that one. That's all we got to worry about. Right, let's get going. Okay, we're smoking it, and it looks like a Nissan quality part going in here. It's leaking from a split there, but is that going to cause my problems? Well, there's no sensor there, and obviously there's no sensor there, so this runs on a map sensor. So would this cause my problem? There's no leaks there, no leaks there, no. And I mean, you undo this and you can see the pressure coming from where I'm actually, so that tells me that there's enough pressure to put any smoke coming out of these pipes or the intercooler, so there's not. But yeah, that's just another quality part made out of plastic. Right, so it hasn't got a leak. Move on. Okay, so we've done the smoke test. Now, okay, we got a leak, but is it going to cause this problem? No. So what we're going to do is go check the map sensor. We already know the ECU can see 1600 millivolts, which is roughly 1.5 volts, isn't it? So what we need to do is just make sure we've got good earth and a 5 volt reference going to the actual connector. So we're going to there, and as you can see, that one's 4.9. 0.1, are we going to worry about that? No, not really. Then we're going to check an earth. Once I get it in there, good earth, so we're not worried about that either. And then we're going to check, make sure that the signal wire, we've got 1.7, so I've got a rough idea this is actually connected to the ECU. In fact, I can hear it because it's made a you have a listen. All you do is put like a ohms in there. Can you hear it? So this here is trying to actually command something. Probably the turbo, I don't know, I haven't got into that bit yet. That's the last bit, because that is the nasty bit, because there ain't a lot of room to get in the back there. So let's start with the easy stuff, work our way through, and then, but that sort of tells me that we've got some good good wire in here. I've cleaned this, didn't make no difference, didn't show any pressure, so it could be this. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the old oscilloscope out now. We're going to go into that wire there, and then we're going to rev it, and we're going to see if we got some boost. I'll put my foot on the well, it's an automatic, so we're knackered, but it does rev, and it should show some sort of boost. Otherwise we've got to take it for a road trip to make it work. Either way, let's get to the bottom of the problem. Okay, see the old current bun out? Yeah, the old solar panel's out as well. Flipping out. Let's go. Right, let me get the scope set up and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've done a capture. As I say, all I've done was just go into the actual signal wire with the picoscope, and this is my picture. So we're going up to the 1.65. I think that's what the ECU was saying, wasn't it? Around about 175, which is about what the ECU saw. And then I revved it, and look what I'm getting. I'm not getting a very good signal at all. I mean, it's very, I mean, it looks like I've got dropouts. So what we're really testing for is, I put my foot on the throttle. The foot on the throttle then talks to the actual turbo, and it says, look, and no, you've got the engine speed, and then it talks to the actual injection side, and then it talks to the turbo, says, right, let's get that wastegate open. We're rocking and rolling. So it opens the wastegate, and then it produces this almighty amount of air coming through, which gives it that extra air to fuel ratio, and we're bombing down the road. And this is only a 1 litre, so this ain't doing too much bombing. So that's what we're looking for. So at the moment we could be looking at a boost sensor, but what we've got to ask ourselves is it actually producing any boost? I mean, looks as though something's happening, but is it telling the truth? And that's the thing we're going to have a go on. Okay, what I got out is I got my mini vac, and I actually put actual pressure to the boost sensor. Now the last garage did change a sensor, and it didn't work. Obviously they didn't test it, because look what I've got. So I've actually just built it up, and it's a nice clean signal. So that there is telling the ECU that lazy git over there isn't working properly, and that's what it's saying. Now I've got to find out if the wastegate's electric, vacuum, whatever. But now we've actually moved from the actual we've actually proved that it's not the actual boost sensor. Boost sensor works fine, so it's actually receiving a very bad amount of air coming from the turbo. So somehow I've got to get to that turbo and see if it's seized or it's partially seized, or the wastegate ain't working. Right, let's crack on. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, I've found it. Can you see the wastegate arm? It's flapping around all over the place there. It looks like the clip's actually missing. I can't see much. There you are. Well, let me put it down the back there. There we go. Look at that flying all over the place. Okay, I've got this one out. It's held in by 3 8mm bolts. But what a git to get it out. Just be careful of the wires when you're actually pulling and struggling, because you are going to struggle. Well, I'm hoping one of these are going to fit. I always keep these in stock because anyone knows me, it's got to be here now, and things like this you have to wait 3 days, and you can't buy that clip on its own without getting the turbo. Right, let me see if we get it in. I'm not going to video this because there's going to be swearing if I drop one, so I already know it. So let me see if I can get one in, and I'll just put the happy smile when it's in. Alright, don't believe it, first time it's in, and it clips in nice, and it's tight. It's beautiful. It's nice and tight in there as well. Can't pull it out, so that's, yeah, so that's nice. So this was the one that actually went in. I don't know what size they are, but obviously that's good enough to go. Let's get it back together again and get it back to the lady, and then she might have a weekend. Okay, everything back together again. I am going to say that's as nice to put back as it is to get out, and you know what I mean. Anyway, at least I could get that clip in, and that's what really mattered. So everything's all in. Just about to put the last wiring under that clip there, and then I've got everything back to normal, all the nuts and bolts back in. So have I fixed it? Might have. Shall we see? Let's get the old computer out and see if it computes. It's got to be better than was before, isn't it? Okay, let's carry on. Okay, I've cleared the codes, and we've got start stop that's come back online again, and everything else. No lights on the dashboard. I've just driven it probably about 200 yards, give it a bit of a boot, and my god does it pull. So something's back to normal. And when you actually have a look at the as I say, no fault present. I'm just about to go and give it a bit of a kick in to see if it was where it's going to go. We can check our boost pressure, command pressure. I've got engine so we can actually know what speed we're going. I ain't got to forget. And we're in a wastegate position, see if that moves as well. So what I'll do is I'm going to record it, and then I'll show you it when I can stand still. Okay, I used EOBD on this one. It was a lot more easier to read, and it had a lot more information, to be honest, of what I wanted. Just come back, no faults present. Remember, that one actually did come up with a fault, and as I say, I went up the same hill twice and it came in with a fault. This time I've just been up there, and no faults, nothing on the dashboard at all. So what we'll do is just have a quick look on, no, don't want to do it. Okay, we'll have a look at the manufacturer's DTCs, and the manufacturer's DTCs, no DT detected, further testing may be required, but there's none at all. So as far as I'm concerned, this is good to go. And yeah, it's a weird one, wasn't it? Clip falling off. I don't think I've ever had a clip falling off a turbo. I can't remember having a clip turn a turbo. Anyway, I'll give it another test drive tomorrow, and just to make sure before I give it back to the lady. And but